Straw. There it is. Hey, good morning, good evening to whoever. I guess it's evening now for you guys. A little beyond morning here. Good morning, good evening.
11 o'clock.
It's almost 12 here, so I guess it's not noon yet. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Good. All right, so um, we're doing a late live stream. We just got back from going out and doing a bunch of things. Thought we would still do a live stream, so it's kind of last minute being put together. So
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock over there.
11 o'clock in the United States on
Yeah,
one coast.
yeah.
So this will allow the expats that are here and in Thailand and other things to come in and join us on a conversation. We really don't have anything major we'll be talking about today, so it's really just going to be a Q&A, and it'll probably be about different things that are going on right now. There's a lot going on in the news, politic wise, that could affect the Philippines. I'll go through some of the news and see what's going on right now. And there's different things like I was discussing with George about the U.S. aid, how they're shutting that down, and there's a bunch of things going on and how it might affect the Philippines. I know there's quite a bit of money that was coming into the Philippines based on that aid, but they're going to regroup. And also, we'll go and touch base on Social Security today because there's a bunch of people that are getting their Social Security cut off. They do this yearly letter that's sent out, and they send another one. People return it in, and February is when everybody gets cut off. So, and they're starting to cut off the expats. And the frustrating part is a lot of these expats sent their paperwork in and did what they were supposed to, and they still got cut off. This year has seems to be quite a few this has happened to. So, but
No, I was just analyzing because I really didn't watch him on the cutoff thing, and because there's a lot of different things that I hear about where to send the paper, and that's what I'm trying to figure out is where was it sent and which one. You guys know what I'm saying? Because some say send it to Cebu, some say send it to Manila, that kind of deal.
yeah, a few of them that did send it direct to the U.S. too,
Correct.
and
So
still got it.
there's
So,
different stories
but they still
now.
lost it.
Right. So I'm curious if that method is the reason why.
It's been both parts. So,
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
well, the government's a hot mess right now. I mean, with everything going on and them revamping, I was really concerned that my Social Security would be showing up this month. So it's
Obviously, it didn't get cut off.
no, no, evidently there was, and I get there's all kinds of things out there, but that's another thing. Um, I've discussed about officially 2 months ago, I had my Social Security sent here direct, and a lot of expats are living here like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Sorry, I can't take a risk that keeping a US address or our address with the family member or something else would be the reliable way for us to keep a bank open over there and to keep multiple banks open to actually keep the Social Security flowing and then transfer it afterwards, which was costing money and stuff. And so we were losing $80 in
Yeah.
fees.
And again, guys, it's not us saying that you should. Nowadays, if you call Social Security, there's actually a message that tells you you should report where you're at.
Mm.
It's an automated message that's on the phone.
Well, here's the thing with these cuts coming up in the government, people are getting less and less help. They're saying it takes forever now to get any help from Social Security. And there are different levels of agents that are with Social Security that help deal with those things. And most of them base agents that have been working at home that have been told to come back into their jobs. They don't know a whole bunch. They've got little manuals that they know the basic stuff that you guys know and pamphlet wise. They've been advising people like wrong information, like they're just giving out their
Right.
basic
Now, just real
information.
quick, because this always does come up. Randy says, FYI, if you're in disability, you cannot be making money on YouTube without losing your revenue. Now, to clarify, one, Heidi is not on disability as other people think. First off, she paid into her disability. Second, got, the
Well,
re-
first off, we know who you are,
well,
so
yeah.
bite
Well,
me's the first
I'm
thing I'm
just
gonna say.
clarifying to people who don't know. Um, the reason why I'm chuckling is because it's common knowledge. This is common knowledge. You don't even have to Google this stuff. You are allowed to work if you're on disability. You just can't make money. You know what I'm
Well, or
saying?
you can, and they don't know what I'm doing. So you got know-it-alls out there that
Right.
don't know whether I'm on one of those programs. They don't know. I mean, we've already said what it is, but when people are on Social Security, there is a work program. First off,
Correct.
two people can't get paid for this channel. Second off, I can do social media. Third off, you don't know what my multi disabilities are
Heidi can go on YouTube or Facebook or whatever all
all
day.
day long.
Okay. And guess what? She's really not making money. Second, again, this is common
But it's
knowledge.
not my paycheck, Randy.
We don't make
So,
enough money to lose
correct.
disability in the first place.
We have pay records that's in George's name that we've made $5,000 in the last
Guys,
few years total.
I'm telling everybody again, don't do YouTube. Don't do YouTube. I have a friend
I'm
who gets
doing
thousands of views,
that's
and he
fine,
showed me
Randy.
his check,
You can,
and it was less than $20, and he has thousands of views. My point being, it's not what you guys think.
it's not gainful employment. It has nothing to do with my medical conditions, and it's
For example,
I
okay,
mean, like we were talking about the other day. We were discussing this because you and about 3 other people have said something about that. That blind guy that's here on disability. The guy is painting paintings on screen, okay? I'm not out there like
see
doing
now
mechanical
that's
work.
a different disability.
He's getting for being
Probably,
blind and
yeah,
he's
that's a
painting.
different disability.
And
And
also he's
yeah,
walking around
and
hiking,
he's here in the Philippines, which
and doing a bunch of
disqualifies
other
him.
stuff.
Period. See
That's the type of
that
stuff.
that's
Hey,
different.
Timothy, good
That's different.
morning.
That type of disability is different. Once that type of disability, once you leave the country, you get cut off. Yes, and also,
I'm not concerned. Actually,
and
it's
guys,
not a
again, for
concern.
example, Brian, feeling the Philippines. Okay, you really think that he- it the reason why he has an SUV is because of YouTube? No, he didn't make the he didn't get that money from YouTube. He got that money from his pension.
No, and there's
You
been
know
a
what I'm
bunch
saying?
of bloggers in the past that said a lot of these guys, and they're not referencing to us, they're referencing to multi YouTubers. There are some guys that don't have any checks coming in that are relying on some of the money. And it's not like based on that. And it would be up to the Social Security Administration to review anybody's case.
Right.
Okay. But it can happen the same on
Audit you. They can audit you.
well,
Yes.
isn't it the same with the military disability? All the guys out there vlogging, aren't there? If they're getting disability based on something else, can't they be reviewed too through the Veterans Administration?
Can they be audited? Yes. But do they usually audit them? No.
Correct. So I feel safe enough and I feel fine enough that it's not me collecting a paycheck. So there's a whole thing behind doing YouTube, and I actually enjoy doing it, and so I enjoy communicating with the people, and it's been really fun. So
Right. And also, guys, most of the people who make money on YouTube, they don't make it on YouTube. They make it on side donations that you guys don't see. You know what I'm saying? For instance, if like say, most of these what I call simp vloggers, the one that,
hey, Kate Alice,
do that kind of content, they don't make money from their
right?
channel. They make because actually, to be honest with you, most of the simp channels that you guys aren't aware of, because there's a lot of them.
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah,
females?
the
Yeah,
thirst trap
God.
vloggers. Now, the thirst trap vloggers, for instance, there's a lot of them, guys, and then I'm not talking about the ones you know. There's a lot of them that you guys don't know, and if you watch their numbers, one, you can tell they're fake. The numbers are, again, I'm not calling out any particular one because there's a lot of them again, and but they make money, and not because of YouTube.
Yeah.
They get
And
side donations that you won't see, and that's what I'm talking about.
the ones that need to be careful, just for a reference, are the ones that have the channels fully in their name, fully based out of the United States. Ours is based in the Philippines. George is running a whole company of his own. That's why you've seen less and less of them. And it'd be the vloggers that are here on disability, and they are here, that are fully out there hiking every day, out there doing a bunch of stuff, that is always producing content, would be the ones that would be monitored and everything. And with the new thing going on in the US government, we expect them to go through and start auditing people and to start going through and doing things. So it's there's a lot
Yeah,
going on in the Social
and I'm gonna
Security
be
admin
honest
right
with
now.
you, it's an easy audit. You know why? Because I have paperwork. I'm legitimate. I have licensing. I have certificates. I have um, tax payments.
And I have
It's
medical
an
records.
it's an easy audit. What I'm saying is they come, they can check Google, and Google will say, okay, they're, because we have to turn everything into Google. You know what I'm saying? And Google can say, hey, you know what, they have this license. This, it's, what I'm saying. It's an easy audit, and it clearly shows we're not making money. No, really.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
worried about
really.
it. Yeah.
Again, they're, put it this way, guys.
Well, here's the thing. It's not always based on money. So I want to let people know that are doing a YouTube channel that are
No,
worried
it's
about the
not based on money,
disability.
but there's no money in it.
It's
That's what
also
I'm saying.
based on physical and those type of things, and it also depends on what your disability actually is. So
Right.
it's, you can't get me for sitting around in the house doing live streams and talking with people. I'm not sitting here like doing full it's kind of hard to explain. I'm not sitting here giving out doctors information, and
Well, also,
I don't do intelligent live
it's
streams.
also kind of odd too, because here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, okay? We file taxes here in the Philippines, right? Guess what? I don't pay anything.
That's a yeah. I'll tell you what kind of
The
money's coming
fact
in.
that I don't pay taxes tells you I don't make money. You get it? Because it's a bracket. If you make this money, you pay taxes. Haven't paid taxes for years.
Yeah, it's under five. You file. You
Correct. You
don't pay
file.
it. He files.
Right.
Anything under 250,000 is untaxed. Anything above that, which means about 5,000-6,000
Yeah.
US
It means I
dollars.
don't make money.
Right. So
That tells you something. It's like,
yeah.
okay, wait a minute. What do you mean you don't pay? I file taxes, but I don't pay anything because I don't make enough.
Yeah. Yep. So
Yeah. Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. Good morning to you guys. How you guys doing today? Or good evening, to some of you. Engelbert says, "Mayap na abak." Yeah, kayo. Good morning to you
Good
all.
morning.
Well, actually, yeah.
Look at my hair. Look at me and my hair. Oh, it looks like a Q-tip.
Huh?
My hair. I ended up using this right here because I had my hair colored recently,
Oh,
and it dried my hair out more than actually. It's Bremod. It's a coloring company here, and they don't have bad hair color. But I've used this twice in a row. My hair's gotten more brittle. Now it could be medication I'm on, could be the vitamins I'm on, but it seems like the second time I use this, my hair is even more like a straw, like dry like straw. Um, and I've been trying to put conditioners on it since, but does it feel dry?
no.
Okay, so it's probably just me. It could just be the meds I'm on. Try it again.
Well, you have to remember,
Feel me.
you were outside. It's humid.
Can't believe you got me a Diet Coke in a bag. The president's got a freaking button on his desk, and somebody comes running in, and George comes running up to the car, and he goes, "Here's your Diet Coke." And I'm like, "What happened to the can?" He says, "You mean the bottle?" I let them keep it. So that's like the second drink I've had since I've been in the Philippines out of a bag. It was hilarious. So stubborn. Hold on a second.
No,
Truce.
no,
Truce.
no.
Give me some sugar. Ready? Hey, hey. Show me the Donald Trump and the Melania. Did you see when they did the kiss right at the inauguration? They were like they were like this close away. And what was this previous? Ivanka was his wife. They were showing her recently on the news. Man, you could tell the the chemistry and the affection. You could tell like some couples. Like every photo, they were shoulder to shoulder, holding on to each other. The positioning and the photos and in
So you're
public,
saying the first one was the
all
latter one
the
was real, and this
she
newer one
walks
isn't.
distances from him, and they do air kisses in public. It's really weird. Everything, there is no affection. Well, she doesn't even live in the White House. But yeah, this will probably be the first year that I really get into talking about what's going on in the government because it's going to affect us, guys. This US aid thing, this Elon for the next 3 months having access to Social Security information and trying to build his own payment system and all these things going on. They think there's a total uprise coming up in the government, but who knows? I don't
Well,
want to
I'm
add
not
to
worried
any of the
about Elon
issues.
about with the social. I'm not worried about that.
Hey, maybe we can get a credit card. That's
It's
just a
it's
joke.
it's a lot more easier to get a hold of Social Security and
Well, yeah,
information. I mean,
it's right, but there's
everybody has anybody who has a business or has a contact with a business can easily acquire those. I mean,
mhm,
for example, banks. I mean, a
right.
bank manager has access to all Social Securities and
A
stuff.
little sweep.
And Elon has a lot of already in his database from his clients.
It's a little scary for me, but the one thing that I can say, no matter, even if my Social Security or everybody's Social Security is cut off and revamped, privatized, um, do you actually know what the privatization is, or just ask the people, or
No,
all right? Does anybody want to explain to me what they're talking about what privatization means? I have no idea what they mean about Social Security. Are they going to take it and then reinvest the money back in to earn stuff, or what's really going on?
yeah. Just the bill. So we should not donate, like subscribe to our view to help George and Heidi under the new income cap. No, actually, you should do the reverse. You should subscribe, give a like button, hit our PayPal,
To stay under the income cap, yeah.
yeah, donate.
um who was that? Human Rights said advice: do not alienate 50% of your audience by taking sides. It's a recipe for disaster. Whose side are we taking?
No, nobody's taking sides. I
Why?
mean,
Because I mentioned that some stuff needed to be done. You guys misunderstand that.
well, it doesn't mean we talk about Trump. We're on his side because we talk about everybody.
Yeah.
It
So,
doesn't mean we talk about Elon. We talk about Trump. We talk about Biden.
and somehow somebody missed it
It doesn't
before.
mean that we talk about a certain person. We're on their side.
We're going to lose
I
and gain
I never
people.
understand that part with people. It's like, why are you guys being political? Political? What are you talking about? That's current events.
It's really current events and it's affecting the Philippines. When
So
we've been talking about it the last few times, it is affecting people and it will affect people. And I don't know what part of making under 5,000 a year that the channel makes that it would keep us from. I mean, it's not that easy doing these live streams. It's not easy doing videos. It's not easy doing live streams. And as a matter of fact, we don't we I don't know. But I get it, and it's not we're not turning it into a full political channel. So,
okay, James P says Wall Street would take it over, Heidi. Not gonna happen.
oh, so then it would be where,
So basically, you're saying it's gonna be a lot like bonds.
so it'd be like, yeah, or where people would buy stock into it. I mean, if it go to
Yeah,
Wall Street, it'd be some sort of,
that's not a good idea.
I
And
don't expect it to
again, like I
continue.
tell Heidi this all the time. If Social Security was done right, it will never collapse because of
Oh,
the system it was built.
okay. Randy said you would collect only off the monies you have paid in. And sorry, Randy, if you're not those people, the only reason being when we addressed earlier on the Social Security, is over the last few years that I've done YouTube, there's a bunch of trolls out there that are like, "Oh, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're turning you into immigration, we're doing this." And so there have been several hate people that have discussed my Social Security, and really, I'm not concerned about immigration or Social Security. Whatever happens, happens. So I was assuming with that comment that you were one of the people here recently, in the last few months that have mentioned me, as far as my Social Security. So I do apologize for being kind of shrewd. You would collect off only off the monies you have paid in. Okay, so that would, there's a lot of people, their kids have been, collecting benefits here for years. And back in the United States, there are children and other people. So you would only get what you paid into it if it was privatized, which would be nothing. It'd be like Social Security here, like $20 a month or something. So, yeah. With all this AI coming on board, taking jobs who going to be left to pay into Social Security, yeah, that's just it. I don't expect, although George has worked 28 years, I do not expect to see his Social Security come in at all. So it's kind of hard. You might be getting
None.
yeah, or if anything, if it still exists, you'll just get a payment
No,
of
I
your
mean,
money divided or
I'm
something.
not jaded, as in
Yeah,
I really I'd hate to say this. I possibly won't see my Social Security.
yeah, and same here. If I lose mine, as a matter of fact, we've been trying to save money, and when I say been, a lot of emergencies come up. I've got immigration coming up again, and so we're slowly saving because we figure we're going to have to do something here in the next few years. Correct? Yeah,
Okay, Joseph,
as far as a
if it's not enough
business, or
money, quit your YouTube channel. Well,
we don't
did
really do
we?
it for the money.
That's the thing. I've been saying, do you think we actually started this YouTube channel for the money?
And we truly can say that we're one of the originals. Like there was only, out of 10 people getting off the plane, 8 of them are vloggers now. Like they're already recording when they arrive here, even if it's part time. And a lot of people think there's a ton of money in that in social media, which there is some if you're running it as a business. We're not doing that. We're just doing like the basics. And when we started, it is as it is now. My family watches us, George's family watches us. We've helped a lot of people. We like to inform people based on things that go on with other expats. We enjoy it. It's like I enjoy doing the YouTube channel. I told you that George has been working and stuff, and he's been doing his gaming channel, and he's been doing other things. So I've been doing more of the vlogging and everything. I told you guys before, I just enjoy getting on there and just shooting the shit, man. It's just I
Right.
like to be able to and
W-
alienate people. I really don't care if people
We never really thought about being monetized, to be honest
or
with you.
whose feelings we hurt or whatever. If there was money that came in or helped or whatever.
It was never the intention.
Mm-mm.
LG
Yeah.
says Heidi isn't paid. This is George's channel, but disability issuance may SSI may be affected by it.
Yeah, no. It's not going to be LG. I'm sorry, all those, and I know LG, you're familiar with who's been running their mouth. LG, you've been around forever, and I really don't care what they're saying. Go ahead. I'm willing to stand up to those issues. Or, I mean, if if those that have been running their mouths, and I know LG's aware of who it is. I know
Of
there's 3
course.
people out there who's actually, I don't care. Go ahead. Go ahead, because first off, you guys don't know what my disabilities are, and it doesn't matter if I'm appearing or not. Go ahead. It's really not going to
It's
affect us.
still not Heidi making the money no matter what.
And you
Like
guys
I said,
will
it's an easy audit. We have paperwork. We're legitimate.
I'm
There's a lot of vloggers here that don't even file.
it doesn't matter if there's attorneys out there or people that have been
Right.
talking about what can be done. I've already been
I
dealing with
mean, I
them.
didn't stay at BIR for 2 days all day for nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't
You know what I'm
matter. It
saying?
doesn't even matter on the income wise of who owns the channel. The others have said it's because I'm appearing and here all the time that it's clear that
It's
I
still
run the
not money
channel.
making the money.
Right, but it's still dealing with a disability. They don't know what my disabilities are. So therefore, it doesn't matter if I sit here for X amount of time. I'm not that blind guy out there hiking.
Right.
I don't have bad knees and you guys caught me out there walking, or heart condition. So what if it is a heart condition? I can sit on this couch and talk all I want on the internet and do it broadcasting. So it doesn't matter. So I know.
Right. Heidi's not disabled based on her physical. Like, she has a what do you call that? It's
it
it's a limitation. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
they
it's
don't
not
know.
a full 100% physical impairment. You get my picture?
Well, here's my deal. Why aren't you guys picking on the other channels that are getting disability too, that are out there doing things and getting military payments and all of that other stuff that are out fully doing stuff? Why? Because you guys can't stand what I'm saying. So it doesn't it to that point, I say go for it. When my Social Security's gone, I will continue on. So, and you really, I mean, go ahead. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. What I'm saying again, Heidi can.
And LG, that's not to
It's
you direct.
mobile.
We know there are
Yeah.
multiple people watching this that have that issue. So
It's kind of like Campbell. He's disabled, but he can still walk around and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
it doesn't matter. We know our rights. We have
Yeah.
attorneys. It really doesn't matter. We've had one on retainer ever since we started this channel for good reason. So
Yeah. Harry Walsh says, George, you may get an IOU worth as much as Monopoly money.
right. We
Right.
might be living on that monopoly money.
Yeah.
You know, we can invest in chickens and everything. We can just invest in a bunch of
James
chickens.
P says there may be percentage cuts to Social Security. Yes.
Yeah.
By 2031, funding
Mhm.
changes are not. No, again, yeah, no, I'm not jaded enough that I wouldn't think that nothing's gonna happen to it. I mean, realistically, there probably will, although it shouldn't, based on the structure. But again,
We didn't think
hopefully,
what was going on now would start to happen. So all the different
well, you have to
changes.
remember the reason why this is happening is to prevent that.
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
That's the thing, guys.
We're not taking
I'm
sides,
not taking sides with anybody. I could care less whether it's Trump or Biden doing all this stuff.
but somebody needed
But
to step
somebody
forward.
needed to do something, and
Yeah.
I believe that he's doing what he's doing to save.
If this had been
What's
Kamala
left.
Harris, we'd have been like, okay, we're just about, making sure everything's okay. I think what we would call the real freeloaders need to get off. These generational food
Correct.
stamp collectors and the ones that are collecting a SSI check, not the one paid in, the ones getting the food stamps, the ones that have been doing it forever and haven't gone and get the jobs and all this. I see why they're doing that, but I can also see why they're upset over the other
benefits.
programs that
They're cutting off benefits, period. And I agree with that. For example, again, this is one of my pet peeves when I was in America, is there's a ton of illegals back then. That's before this border crossing, whatever. Back then, there's a ton of illegals that have more benefits than I did. In fact, I didn't collect any benefits whatsoever. Not once did I ever collect anything. I never asked for a handout from the government. But
I
guess
did.
what? There's a ton of
Only
people
once.
that collected, funds from the government, and I look at them. They're working, and then they live on Section 8, okay, low cost housing. And then guess what? You look at the parking lot, they're freaking Escalades one after another. Freaking Escalades one
Right.
after another.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
real. This is when I was there. That was how many years ago?
The benefits need to go to those
Yeah,
that are
they should.
working. Instead, it's been going to the ones that aren't. I was telling you guys about the ones on TikTok the other day where the woman was like, well, for the last 6 years, me and my husband have been on benefits and they're going to cut them. And she was like going on and she goes, we want to raise our kids first before we go and get jobs, before we go and start, and they're going to cut us off. And I'm thinking, OMG,
Well, for example,
everybody would like to raise
lady
their
that
kids.
poured the sodas out just to get the cans, and then
she's got to repay.
Yeah, she has to repay it, and guess what? Turns out she's been a freeloader her entire life, literally.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a lot coming, guys. I mean, like when I went to go get benefits when my kids were little, I had to work and was working. It's just because I was in between jobs and getting a smaller amount and everything. But back then, I had to work. It required you to go look. You had to go to the like in the beginning, they said you had to go to the unemployment office if you're not working. And then I was working, and then still got the minimal benefits and everything. So I have been, but they made me. Evidently, they're giving. Who knows? There's a lot going on. Yeah, they're saying the Philippines has declared food security emergencies on the rice. So
I guess
the
better stock up on the rice. I guess you should go back out and get some rice. Oh,
emergency amid the rice prices is a concern. They declared a rice
actually,
emergency.
today is Tuesday. Over here, and starting today, the gas prices have gone up.
No, the prices are going to go up all over the world. The Canadians have now canceled trips and they're banning American booze and all these other items. I bet you there are people hoarding that stuff, though. It's like, I don't know if I can do it. You'd be surprised how many you see in the newspapers. It's like, don't buy American and this, and that. And I bet you they're like, babe, go out and get that as quick as possible. Hiding it from your neighbor situation. But I thought they had made another deal.
Well, okay. Now, I don't agree with going on with the trade thing because I think
Another day
that's a
off.
little too much. Okay, the math is on paper. Technically, it's better. I said on paper. Again, remember, realism and what's in theory are two different things. On paper, eventually, America will come out on top if they persist on this restricted trade thing. I don't agree with it, but because it's a gamble. It's a gamble. It's a huge gamble. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why he said we don't need them. I'm quoting him on this. We don't need them. They need us. This is fact. This is a fact. He's not lying on that one.
Serious.
Yeah, I'm quoting him on this again. He says his exact words are, "We don't, we don't need them. They need us." Now, that being said,
Oh, okay.
I still don't agree with what he's doing.
Hmm.
But on paper, in theory, what he's doing makes sense. In theory, America will come out on top. I said in theory. Remember, guys, that's what I said. And that's why I don't agree because by experience, it doesn't mean on paper it looks good.
Oh, okay. So it's for diving. They're saying they're building a hyper, 1 second, a hyperbaric chamber building where they're going to have several.
For what?
That's what I was
What's
thinking.
hyperbaric chamber for?
Well, it's dealing
No,
with the divers.
No, I know
mean,
that, but what is it for? And
they're saying here it's for the divers and stuff. It'll help tourism. So they're building an entire building based on
no, that's
putting hyperbaric
wait,
chambers in it.
who?
Let's see, in Darwin.
Oh, that's a
They're
bad
on the
idea.
groundbreaking 300 square
That's a
meter
bad idea.
lot.
The reason being is because of hyperbaric chamber. I know what a hyperbaric
It's a
chamber.
convenience for
Yeah.
scuba divers that'll no longer have to travel to get
Mm.
treatments.
No.
The beauty of
no,
modern technology is with the hyperbaric chambers.
No.
Emergency purposes is for dive related.
Not in the Philippines. No.
So what are they?
I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I love my fellow men. I love the Philippines, but the problem with the hyperbaric chamber,
For
okay,
decompressed sickness.
yeah, it's decompression. So,
and wound and other treatments and diseases. I knew it was for more than that.
it's just for emergency purposes. It's not for
Like a hydroponic growing.
if it's for medical emergencies, then yes, but not for recreation, because you said recreation.
Wait a minute. The chamber can accommodate 6 people at a time. Wait a minute. Are we talking about like an actual machine they put, or they're making the entire room?
See,
you ain't putting me in there with 6
that
people.
doesn't sound like a medical one. If it's 6 people, okay. Hyperbaric chamber, what is it? Yes, for deep sea divers, they have nitrogen build up on their lungs, because when you go from the bottom of the ocean to the top, and then you go into the chamber to get rid of those, and then it takes your day, the whole day or 2 days, depending on how bad you are.
Hyperbaric
Right?
chamber.
No, I know. But
To
the problem with the
ramp up.
hyperbaric chamber, one little mistake, it X-nays everybody in that chamber, and in a horrible way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Interesting. So I was just kind of going through the news
If
here.
it's a
Bring this
medical
on
machine,
open
emergency
live.
machine, yeah, sure, of course. But if it's for
Hey, look at that. Elo is having that
Yeah.
Ding Ding festival.
yeah, anyway,
Ding Yang Yang or Ding Yang Yang. Ding Ding. The Ding Ding festival. It's going on. Dingle, 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 dingle. What going down, dingle, dance around and just say what? House okays 2 tobacco bills to address tax losses and smuggling.
hyperbaric chambers are no, again, for
Wound
that
care
I
too,
agree.
yeah,
I
that.
agree for medical emergencies, but not anything more than that, because some people do it.
Don't let nobody mark any numbers on me, babe.
I'm telling you, it says gas is down here 20 cents. It's $2.70.
That's right. See what they wrote numbers on the side of them.
Yeah, they do.
Don't let them write on the side of me, babe.
Oh, Angelo says Vancouver removed all USA product off the shelves.
I did see that, Angela. I seen they did remove like the stores are all taking everything down. But didn't they make a deal? Was it with Mexico? You guys, things change on the moment here, and so much has been going on in the news. I'm like waking George up like every 2 minutes. I was like, "Did you see what he did? Did you see what's going on here?" And I try to do some part research, like I go to one news station, the other one, hear what the people are saying in between before I even wake George up. And he said, "What do you want?" And yeah, I'm like, they're taking everything off the shelf. I think they made a deal with Mexico for right now, which is weird. He's still full force on. He says he's been speaking to Trudeau and that he's going to be talking to him. This was, I don't know, 10 hours ago. But he goes, I've been talking to him about no banks over there. And I'm like, that's probably the least of my issues right now is having an American bank inside of Canada. This is all business, people. It's like it's the most blatant. The most blatant of saying, "Hey, I'm doing business here." It's this right now. Every move that Elon, the president, and everybody's making is a big business deal right now. Like wrapped up with
Well, that's what I
candy
said.
kisses on it.
It's on paper, everything adds up, but in reality, that's a different story.
Right. People don't see it as a business deal. They just see their food stamps disappearing. So they're not seeing it in all light. But they said right now, I didn't know that Elon Musk has a ton of contracts with the
Right.
US right now. Right now, he's benefiting hand over fist as the richest man in the world. And now they just put him in a temporary special agent of the government. I want to be a special agent. You know, I qualify. I'm
Right.
special.
For example, here's an example. I had an argument with my engineering professor in college. Okay. And he says, "All right, we're gonna do this, do this, do this," and I said, "That's not gonna work." Because I fight my professors. I don't have a problem fighting my professor.
You ain't got no
if they're
problem
wrong.
fighting me.
And says, "What do you mean, George? What do you mean it's not gonna work?" Sir, I said, "What you're showing, I understand. On paper, it works. In reality, it doesn't." "What are you talking about, George? It's simple math. What, you can't do simple?" "Sir," I said, "you're wrong." I said, "Okay, here's an example, sir. For example, one the pipes on your machine, okay? You said if we get this, we get this amount. You're wrong." And then he says, "What do you mean? What? So if you get a, a 2-foot pipe, you cut it in half. You get 1 foot, right?" "Wrong. You don't." I said. "What do you mean you don't? It's simple math, George. 2 foot divided by 2 is 1 foot." "Okay, sir. Let's go to the shop." So we went to the shop. We got the pipe. "All right, sir, cut it in half." He cuts it in half, and guess what? He doesn't have 1 foots anymore. You know why? Because the freaking blade will take a millimeter or 2 millimeters off that pipe. Simple math, but guess what? Reality, it does not match.
That's true.
That's a simple, guys. That's true. I mean, you guys can do this experiment yourselves.
That's absolutely
Okay.
true.
Again, I fought my professor on this, and he says you're wrong. And then he's like, oh crap, you're right.
No, it's
We
true.
have to redo everything. Yes, because guess what? When you're an engineer, everything's mil spec. What mil spec means, everything has to be done by, has to be accurate. Has to be accurate. A tenth of an inch. That's all you're allowed. A tenth of an inch. So point being, what's on paper, no matter how simple it is, on reality, it's different. And that's why I'm against. I understand why he's doing it, but
Oh.
I'm kind of against it. If that makes any
No,
sense.
there's a
Yeah.
lot going on in the people. Basically, it's been like this, that people need to start relying on themselves, period. All the extra stuff, all this, and I think the US people in the United States got too complacent. Here you don't get any benefit. You can just forget about it. You can forget about getting hardly any help. And it's kind of like when I can't get George to take out trash half the time. I just learned to take it out myself and just got over it. I might bust his chops every now and then, but hey, maybe we all can become special employees of the government.
Government.
Government. Look
Say
at
it
me.
right. Government.
Look at me. Look at my chicken nugget.
Government.
Now does my hair look okay?
Yeah, no. You look like Ugo.
Well, here's the thing. We went out and did a bunch of things and ran around. I was like, let's go back instead of doing a live out and about, which we were going to do. And I said, let's go home and do it. We were going to order Tim Hortons or Tim Hootens or whatever they call that. And we went to go put like the 2 sandwiches and a couple donuts and the coffees. It came up to like 12 or 1,300 pesos. And George said, no, we just gonna get some chicken for that later. And it's like, wait a minute, I think we were banning Canadian stuff, anything. The only thing Canadian that's allowed in this house right now
What?
is
Branding Canadian.
the only person that's allowed Canadian, or the only Canadian product that's allowed in this house is regular guy in the Philippines. I'm sorry.
He is Canadian, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's the only thing allowed in this house.
What about Kulas?
No,
Oh,
too commercial.
right. Yeah, just
Hi,
about
Chew.
says
Good morning. Did you?
6 people would not be in one for one. Right. That's an issue if it's not for. Yeah, I kind of figured when they said 6 people, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's recreational. I'm against that only because, again, one person from the outside or inside, if they screw one little thing up, they're all.
Hey, did you say recreational and screw at the same time?
Yes.
Did you? Don't forget
Yeah.
about that. Hey, hi, Chew.
Chew Mango says, I'm late, but or
We're
some
late.
argue privatization offers higher money and control, while others say government control guarantees stability. Some cite government mismanagement. Yeah, that's a problem. Yes. While some say private is a risk. No, 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 no. Yes, 401. That's right. 401k. Correct. Yes. Thank you. That's part of the. Yeah.
All right, so that's what it'll be, is whatever money you have, they're going to have to reinvest your money to get. So they're going to take, let's say that we
Well,
paid in
that's what I'm
7,000.
saying. There's no need for privatization as long as they, control the flow, which they are not.
Well, they said that the people that are on the other type of Social Security, they're saying that comes out of a different program, but who knows anymore? I don't trust the government.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still money for the people, but not that kind of people. What I mean is, I understand. Again, some people need aid, but most of these people don't need the aid. That's what I'm saying. Again, they have freaking Escalades.
No, I believe there's no doubt that there's a lot that needs to be, and
They're
you
just
have to
using the
accept
system.
that everybody's stuff will go away. I accept that.
Yeah.
We both accept that if they withdraw every program, include everything, that they need to rebuild again if they have to. But you know, there needs to be the free trade, the trading. It really should start to be equal. They said that India and the Philippines was fairly good about what they were putting out and what was being brought back in and all that. There was a lot of these countries that are really free, but the worst offender is China. It's like China doesn't take any products into their country at all. So But here's the thing: they're so reliant on the products. That's
Well, China's a different story. That could be a vlog on its own.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so shoot it up, send it out.
What?
I don't know.
Is that a song?
Hey, I got that new video. You can play that song. I bet that kitty was loose. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hold on, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little entertainment here. Let's bring in. I took it out, man. I mean,
I wish.
what do you mean you wish? Oh, here's your video. Here you guys go.
I haven't.
I don't know why. I will. Hold on.
Do I wear you out? You must wonder why I'm relentless and all strung out. I'm consumed by the chill of solitary. I'm like that all week. I like to reel it in and then spit it out. I bet that kitty was loose. I bet that kitty was loose. She had 6 kids to boot. Hot dog in a hallway loose. I bet that kitty was loose. Now are you my daddy? Are you my daddy? I like to reel it in and then spit it out. I'm frustrated by your lack of trust, and I am frightened by the ways of this land. Why not let the whole family move in? If only I could meet the maker. And I am fascinated by the spiritual man, and what I wouldn't give to find a soulmate, someone else to catch this drift. I bet that kitty was loose. I bet that kitty was loose. She had 6 kids to boot. Hot dog in a hallway loose. I bet that kitty was loose. Now are you my daddy? Are you my daddy? Are you my daddy? Ooh. Are you my daddy? Ooh. Are you my
You could see what was the video
What was it about there, Mark?
when there was these women doing Zumba. You guys
Yeah.
can see.
And what was the song about there, Mark?
It was about Usi.
I
It kind of smells like fish.
bet that kitty was loose.
Yeah.
Them glasses actually match your dude there. Yeah, Ricky,
Thank you.
go ahead and hit that. Ricky rocking it out. No,
So
that's
Macy Ricky rocking it out.
and for those that are butthurt over that song, just bite us because them words came from George. What's wrong? Are you what's wrong there, Mark? You didn't appreciate that song? No, do it again. You forgot the still miss the guy, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. No, I mean seriously. I mean,
Yeah, it is still very sad.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I did watch him occasionally. Yeah.
What's he gonna do next?
Right.
I bet that kitty was loose. Can't get offended when a Filipino writes the song. uh Hey, good morning, Slick Rick. What's going on? Hey,
C.
Victor.
Hi, George and Heidi. Slick. Good morning, George and Heidi from San Francisco. Hey, Harry.
Good morning, Michael. I just seen you at the bottom. We haven't really been paying attention. Michael J. George has the moves. that's his latest thing now, Michael. He gets in there and he was like, I was in there dancing with him. That's when he picked up the cat, and he had to pick up our cat got neutered or spayed or whatever it is they get done. And he went through, and there was a Zumba class going on, and in his is it wrong?
Barong. Yeah,
Yeah,
barong.
which I said next time you need to wear your Hawaiian shirt. It's starting to get hot out there right
Yeah,
now.
the
By the
barong
way,
is the Filipino, what's that? Leisure suit or cocktail outfit, as they say in the U.S.
hmm and the he's he was enjoying himself.
Yeah,
But
I used to dance every day, and I used to do Zumba, and I used to go out and dance. I dance with the ladies just to dance. No, really. So,
no, it's true.
Yeah.
I found that out later, and so like that's that's something that I like that George would do is that he would take like these dancing lessons. That was big business in Florida, by the way. And so you did it just for the fun of it.
no,
You
it's a
go
lot
out
of
for
fun.
dancing,
It's a lot
yeah,
of fun.
because they would have
You go
side
out to
parties.
bars, and then you would like dance with random people, that kind of deal. Yeah.
George just likes random people.
Yeah, we've established that. Um,
Yeah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
there you go. Angelo says, "Good morning, Heidi, George, cats and dogs." There you go. Paul says, "Don't you want to know where your tax dollars are going?" There you go.
You know what? With what's been done in the last few weeks or whatever it's been with the new president, there's even guys that have been covering like they're big podcast people and people in the news business that aren't even aware of what's been going on. That's the scary part. Oh, is that him?
Oh, it is after lunch.
It is. Sagley Mo! There might be COD on that, but spray here, by the way. This is for the dog. Here you go. Is there any money up there? I don't think there is. 1 second, guy. Payment stickers. What's you said 269? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. It's a spray that we have for the puppy because she can only be. I try not to bathe her more than like every 3 to 4 weeks and do her haircut. And it's a spray, but I kind of feel weird because it smells like there's peppermint in it. You got to be careful with peppermint and all that stuff. I don't know where he's at. Oh, as on a hedge fund. Gotcha. That's what I mean, and I apologize for sure. But you just got to understand, we've been dealing with that for a while, and a bunch of them all have these theories that every vlogger, once they don't like them for a reason, and I'm definitely not liked, and they just go on and on about how my immigration's going down, how my Social Security's going down, and I'm secure in both areas, so we just let them run that. So it was just, let's see. I'm not sure where you're at on
Oh
that.
no, because we were sorry, not a troll.
Hey, check it out.
Tony Manning. Hey Tony. Good morning,
Tony,
everybody.
you could come back. Ebenezer is in the house. Heidi donating to the Simps for Heidi's Foundation.
There you go.
Which will just turn into
Heidi's
the cat
Simp
food.
Foundation. There you
Right?
go.
Right. You know who owns part stock in this company? Not me. It's the cats. But thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Mary? You want to come up here and say hi?
Neil says Social Security will be there, but the percentage will be lower than what we expect.
Oh boy, I want to pick her up. Sorry, guys. The puppy is now a little lady. I forgot that puppies. My other puppy, I had her fixed beforehand. Little girl is menstruating. I have to mention that. So I can't pick her up because when I picked her up earlier, she's dripping on the floor. I put a diaper on her, she chews it off, and so we're just having a hard. It's been like a tough. I know there are different things you could put on him, but if I don't pick her up, then
So
yeah.
if the puppy's a little lady, does that make her legal?
Yes, she careful, George. Let me
Yeah.
see, make sure don't squeeze her.
Here she is.
Don't squeeze her. So and so got a haircut.
She's such a loving dog.
Yeah, be careful. But yeah, so that puts her. Yeah, she's like 6, 7 months old now. Oh, you a good girl. She looks like a poodle. Here, show her one more time. She looks like a poodle, doesn't she? When, because she's just freshly cut. I look how she's like a poodle. Yes, I know you look different. You had a beard like a dragon, girl. She did. Her face was so full of hair after 30 days that when she put, oh, be nice, Cookie. Yeah, I gotta be careful, Cookie. That when she put her face down in the water fountain, she came up and it was just soaked in water. And I'm like, OMG. Oh, did you do Hi Chews? Hey, Hi Chew, thank you so much. Hi Chew Mango, appreciate it. We have to have her fixed here because I can't go through this me and menopause and her pausing and all of that stuff and pause drip. I can't deal. I got George paws dripping all over the house too.
Yeah, the only problem I have with taking her to the vet is kind of like a lot of people who take their dogs to the vet are really sick, and I don't want her contaminated.
We'll probably have to bring, like we did Cookie. We brought the vet into the house.
They do house calls.
Yeah, so it'll cost us a little bit more. Like it was with vaccination for the last cat. It was like 3,000
Yeah, they
pesos.
They
So
did in a tent. Yeah.
yeah, so it's more of a discount. If we bring somebody in, it'll be a little over double, which is fine. So it's not totally out of the way. So still for less than $150, they'll come do the surgery in our kitchen. So we would rather sanitize tables and the kitchen and have her done here
At least
because
I know she won't get contaminated by other sick, pets.
yeah, so yeah.
James says, I think VA disability folks can do whatever they want in terms of additional income stream.
Right, they can, but don't they take a look at their disabilities? If they say they check social media,
They're
even if
more lax, but what it is, it has to be like
right, but like they said, it doesn't matter that if I was doing YouTube or not, just the appearance of being on YouTube or any social media, they can watch anybody these days.
no.
So what I'm saying is with these guys that are supposedly mentally or physically disabled, no matter where they're collecting it, whether it's the VA, Social Security, or whatever, they can check into anybody. So that's more understandable. So
Yeah, Elvin says bullseye, George.
yeah.
Angelo says they voted for him. What a joke for a president. Tony Manning says gas prices are here and went down 20 cents a gallon. Yay. Yeah, read those. Read that. That. Okay. James B says Canadian and Mexico tariffs postponed for 30 days, effective today. Bargaining tools to fix the border and trade deficits with U.S., Mexico, Canada tariffs with many U.S. goods. Totally lopsided.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And it changes overnight. If this would have been, say, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, it takes time to put out this information, but it changes. Seems to be kind of like with the Philippine immigration thing. It was changing on the hour when people were coming. Like people were buying plane tickets, getting ready to board, and then they would change the rules. Remember how often they changed things during the pandemic?
Oh, they change it left almost
So
every
it's
day.
kind of
Yeah.
like this. I didn't even hear that. It might have came out a few hours ago, but it's there's always something
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Victor C says Jay Leno use a hyperbaric chamber. Yeah, and see what happened to his chin. I'm joking. I love Jay Leno. I love Jay Leno. Roy Gutierrez says the number 1% don't need them, but average American will feel the pain.
Yeah. No, they will in one form or another. Yeah.
Jay Dow says they are robbing us. There you go. That's
Yeah.
right. They are. Jamie Talk says Trump is planning to have all disability recipients reevaluated and cut off the payment.
You feel hot?
No,
Okay, so that's probably just me then.
probably. You
Yeah.
don't feel that. You feel like a normal person.
Thanks. That was a compliment. That's the best compliment you gave me all week.
Yeah, true story. James P says strong U.S. economy is good for Canada and Mexico. There you go. No, what?
No,
No,
we
see, that's the thing.
it,
It's true that it actually China needs the U.S. China,
they said that.
Canada,
Yes.
Mexico need the U.S.
So people need to understand it's not a siding with because of who he is. Something needs
Well,
to be
that's
done,
fact.
whether
That's
it's
fact.
her
That's
or
fact.
whoever it would have been needed to do something. And the we need for our grandkids and kids. We have multiple children in the US and grandkids. They need to be able to have their future. So if we have to suffer and then I got to beat Georgia, then that's what we got to
I
do.
mean, put it this way, guys: the appliances you guys buy are pennies on the dollar, literally,
Oh,
and
speaking of that, let me
they're made in China, and I'm talking about the Chinese companies.
mhm.
And guess what? That's where they sell them, and they make the biggest profit. China needs the U.S.
Speaking of penny, before I cut you off there, they're getting rid of. They said they're pretty sure they're going to get rid of the penny. It costs 3 cents to make the 1 penny.
They
You already knew
should.
that, yeah.
They
So they
should.
said that you guys have no idea the amount of money we're losing
No,
just to keep pennies. And what do most people do with pennies these
even
days,
nickel.
anyways?
It costs a nickel to make a penny.
Right.
Back then, I don't know how it is now.
They said I think it was 3 cents on a penny or
Oh,
something,
okay.
and
It
so
went
that's
down.
insane.
No, it
And
costs money to
most
make
people
money. Yeah.
don't. They need to. You know what I found to be unusual today? That the bank didn't really have any money today.
It's Tuesday.
What's Tuesday got to do with it?
You just said it.
Oh,
Or maybe it's too early in the day.
I don't know, but the fact a major bank, we're not talking about a little bank, didn't have. They were out of 50s and 20s and
Well, they probably got wiped
hundreds.
out of the change yesterday.
It's a bank, babe.
Yeah, but yesterday was the first. Not yesterday. I'm talking about
I don't think that many
it was
people
the
are
first
coming
Monday.
in.
That's what I meant. The first
You think
Monday of
it's
the
a
month.
government
No, I
payment
think
too
it's the
here?
first Monday of the month.
Gotcha. I don't know, but they didn't have any change today.
No, I mean, I really think it's because of the first Monday of the month. It passed. It's most businesses need their change.
Mhm. No boy.
Dan says, Randy, sorry to hear what happened to you. Life can be so unfair. My situation is similar. I lost everything after I got sick and struggling to make it off my measly
Where'd
income.
we miss that? Did
It's easy to
somebody?
get. Yeah, I don't know. I must have missed something. I didn't see that.
Maybe it was. I don't see that it's on Facebook because it'll have a Facebook.
No,
Oh,
I
we
don't
must
see
have
it.
missed somebody.
Curtis, hello, gang. Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what's going on, Curtis?
Well,
We do. If you guys check in the about us or in the description, or I believe you can also go into the page information. It shows the other channels. So Expatainment, Philippine Antics, and then it's Antics World Studio tends to be where we shift our music videos. And being we just released the Ricky video today, we'll release that as an extra video. We have 2 videos for that. I bet that kitty was loose. We still haven't done oh my god, I just had an idea.
what's that?
Kind of like Private Eyes. We can redo Thornton Eyes.
Oh my
Thornton
gosh.
Eyes. They're watching you. You're touching widow. What? I'll save it.
Save it. Yeah. Save it. Zip it. Save it. Tony Manning, lol, Philip Macy,
Oh,
well
snap.
done. Tony Manning says
Private Eyes.
that's a great
They're
song.
watching you.
Hair wash, lol. You made me spitting out my tea all over.
Oh, that's okay. We got Dirty Laundry coming up as a premiere for every Saturday video. Remember we had this creepy music at one point for our Saturday video for the recaps? I'm coming up with Dirty Laundry.
Now that's the thing that they have to watch out for. As Dan says, Canada and Greenland have large deposits of rare earth minerals used in batteries, military hardware. Elon would like to get it. If we crush Canada's economy, they will be forced to sell. So, that's the kind of thing that's
I would
kinda
just hire the illegals to cross the border back the other way and just start using picks to get it out and bring it back over. I would have them do that instead of bringing in the fentanyl. Heidi for president.
Heidi for president, right? And strap it on pigs and let them cross the
Like
border.
truffle pigs, man.
Right.
Say, get over there and get that stuff and bring it back.
Corral the pigs over the Rio Grande.
I hate to say that. Let me feed the trolls.
Right.
Queen Piggy Mommy sends them over there to go. Yeah, they could tie all that on their back.
Kiwi man.
I said illegals.
Hello.
I said send everybody back and forth. And
Right.
then give them, once they come back, then just give them papers at that point.
Bear in the Philippines says, I'm late, but
Hey,
hello,
Bear.
George and Heidi. Michael
I'm
J
going
says,
down.
looks just like you, Big G. There you
go. Right.
Tony Man says, speeding on the Dallas got deported. They say some cat turned him in.
Tony.
Second one, hey all, my visit to the hospital is $600. Wait, I'm confused.
For cream. I didn't check. I have not been on Facebook in a little minute, which has probably not been very long. Hi, sweetie. No, I can't wear a headband too long. Oh,
Michael Taylor says they've been robbing us for what's new.
that helped. Look,
Yes.
I put a headband on to correct my hair, and then I feel like the band of pressure.
It's correct. Now it's natural look.
Okay. Private eyes. They're watching you.
Now say, great Scott, it's 12,000 gigawatts.
Great Scots, 12,000 gigavolts of what?
Right. There you go.
Oh my God.
It's right there, right behind you, Back to the Future.
Let me see if I can find.
Oh, well, human rights. Do you guys ever think we'll plan to go do a vacation back? It has crossed our mind.
But then when I realized the price and the amount of money and all that, it'd be better just to feed the family and bring them on over here. In other words, give them the money and make them come on over here and visit. No, I have not considered going back to the U.S. under any circumstance.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is we can take that money and go somewhere else here that's probably nicer. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, it has not crossed our minds. We lived there forever. So the whole thing is we did everything. Like right before we left for like 2 months, that's all we did was go around and do
honestly,
stuff.
if I were to go over there, and Heidi won't argue with this one, I would probably go to Mexico instead.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. We'd probably go to Mexico. We actually had a blast over there.
Mm-hmm. No, all else fails, that's where I would go. If something goes south and whatever, I'm gonna let you know. People still disagree that Mexico is way more expensive, but we lived in the mountains. Things were dirt cheap out there. So maybe big cities cost a lot more money, but yeah.
Yeah, we'd probably go to Mexico. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dan says, I love the music video. Hope to see more. Parodies would be great. There you go.
Yeah. Well, that's what this channel's been about. We haven't dressed up as different characters. We used to do a lot more. We probably will. I'm due to do it, and
okay, so. Yeah, there it is. I about blew myself up. 600 pesos and 1,200 pesos for the break. 600 pesos for the doctor visit and 12. Are you talking about fireworks? Like, for Chinese New Year?
Yeah, we haven't. Most of his stuff's been on Facebook. I haven't been in there to see like what's going on and everything. So
I still hear fireworks every day, so I kind of.
They're running the political trucks all over the neighborhood. Okay. It says on the Angel City Expat that gentleman Randy Pitts had passed away. I don't know if he's a bar owner or because he was that guy I was telling you that I think needed stomach surgeries or something, but it said he passed away. But
yeah.
It said from Paul Gallagher, please ask the family to get a DNA sample from him so they can process for Social Security benefits for their kid. After death, DNA is almost always necessary for citizenship. I thought they already did that anyways.
All right. Well, it depends if you did it or not.
No, I heard from the beginning, no matter what, didn't they have to do that for any kids? The DNA.
Yeah. No, it's required.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Irwin passed away too, guys. For those of you wondering, for those of you who don't know, John Irwin is. John Irwin is the voice of He-Man. Yeah, he's a voice actor.
Interesting. They're saying the recent airplane fires was caused by power banks inside of the security airports now. So put the they're saying it was dealing with, but I don't know. That's just coming up in the feed. So
Well, that's why they limit the battery size when you go in planes because
doesn't make any sense why this stuff is put
yeah,
on the expat forum.
all batteries, big or small, they have a, are capable of popping, so to speak, like whoosh. So that's why big ones aren't allowed on planes. Kind of like firearms are not allowed in planes, and that's why usually the marshal uses tasers, and that's why they invented the taser in the first place. It's for plane use by marshals. U.S. Marshal. Second one says nope. Was cutting a 55-gallon drum. Didn't vent, and bam.
Oh snap! Dang, you gotta be careful, man. Oh, look at that. It's called the coffee lab. Which putting them in a beaker doesn't make it any more of a lab-like situation.
Yes. No. Yeah. Randy, did that guy who was inappropriate with children ever get deported from a year ago? Yes, he was deported. Yes. Ever hear anything new? Nope. Not since he went back to the U.S. No.
No, and believe me, the problem's way bigger. Like when this whole thing was going down on these other
Yeah.
vloggers and stuff, the problem is way more beyond than just one guy.
Yeah, he killed his channel when everything started going down. That was our first clue. We started shutting down his social media. That was our first clue that something's going to happen. It's like he was getting rid of evidence. Kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? No, we never lived in LA, Dan.
Did you guys meet any of the Hollywood famous actors when you lived in LA?
No,
Yeah.
we never lived in LA. We went to
No.
LA, but we never lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. Yeah. So being as we're running out of questions, Q&As on Social Security, budget, retirement, I guess we can start talking about we're going to set up some appointments to go look at like condos, probably on Clark, and get a better idea of like budgets and those type of things on seeing some of the houses for people. We'll probably end up having that on the other channel and start getting more into the cost of living, probably the full setup. Because I have like a list here of different things. Like we're dealing with things like Gcash and paying online bills. I think it's called Buy It or something. Buy It. I found out that's strictly only to pay bills. Like I can't load any Gcash that way. Banking and things like one step at a time. So there'll probably be some serious sit downs of doing the videos like we used to, but they'll probably end up on the other channel. And then of course our characters need to come back and stuff. We'll probably, I don't know, maybe we should save the characters for Saturday. I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, guys, for those of you who are gonna live in the Philippines who have Filipino partners or Filipino partners, be aware that a lot of Filipinos don't tend to pay their bills at the actual establishments. For example, our electric bill, Pelco 2, which is our electrical service provider, they screwed up. They screwed up. So I had to pay my bill over there, the main office. And guess what? I was literally over there, not exaggerating, over 3 hours. Yeah. So, and that's why a lot of Filipinos don't pay their bills at the actual establishment. The reason why I'm saying this, so don't be surprised if,
Manual.
for example, your Filipino partner says, "I'm going to go to the pay center or buy it center." Most Filipinos tend to go to buy it centers if there's no here. The buy it center I use or pay center I use is actually SM because you can go to
they've
SM.
got one online.
Right.
What I'll do is if I do the video, then I'll put
Well,
the
some of
links.
them you can't pay online or it won't connect. Like for the longest time, like actually, didn't you say you still have to wait for business hours? To pay the last time?
Well, the last 2 times I had to wait
you
on
have to wait for
on
business
the
hours. Yeah.
I had to wait. Let me see if I can see
It's like
the
they shut off the servers or something at night. and
I should
so
be
you
able to
can't
lower this, right?
you can't pay them at night. You have to wait till the business is open.
Yeah, buy it online,
Yeah.
for the electric and everything. It's no, quite a few of them you can pay, but for some reason, if it's after it's the
Yeah.
weekend or 8 or 9 o'clock,
If
it
it's
won't let me add a calendar date or do anything. And both times, soon as it was business time, it let me actually do
yeah,
it. So
it's
I don't
like
know.
they wait. It's like I said, it's like the server. They literally shut
Gcash
off or
too.
something. Yes.
Gcash too. Same thing when I went to go pay.
Some of them. Okay.
Gcash
I'm not
did
saying
it.
all of them because remember, even
And everywhere it'll change
yeah, that's
too.
what I'm saying.
Maybe it's
Everywhere,
just
it's different everywhere. You have different service providers. They have a different system. They have different pay centers. That kind of deal.
thank you so much. Gotta go, guys. Work early.
Oh,
Have
bye,
a
Michael.
great
Thank
day.
you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we
you.
probably our power place finally has Gcash payment allowed. So nice since now you don't have to wait an hour in line.
There you go.
Yeah. See, they've allowed that for us too. Like at first, like the first because we've been here 4 years, and the first time, remember, we had a hard time paying anything. And then Gcash were like, okay, we can pay our water. Like I've got the water bill right now. And like I said, I think it's a minimal amount, but that's doing laundry here. Couple showers going every day is 290. So it's less than $5 for our water
Right.
bill. And then the same with our trash. So trash and water together, we're paying $10 a month. In the United States, when we left, we were paying what, 80 to 100 in
Right.
Florida. So big difference. Like some things you're really going to save money on. Now the power, I'm not exactly happy about because it doesn't take long. Like I'd like to fully AC the house, but to fully do that upstairs and downstairs, we'd probably out what, $300-400 in this area if I kept units running upstairs too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we would easily be looking at a couple hundred US, way more, probably double our rent, easy. And so we just don't do it. So the Philippines has the highest electric bill. So like
Yeah.
the highest
That's because
electricity costs.
we don't have
Hey, Ruby.
nuclear. Yeah, we don't have nuclear power plants. That's why.
Mm.
Second one says Meralco won't. You can't pay online. You probably can because
Probably
Meralco is
through
one
Gcash,
of the
yeah.
biggest electric companies there, but we don't have Meralco. We have Pelco.
I think the Buy It Pay Center, you have to go through and set everything up, and it does take a little bit to set the account up. When you guys do that, it allows all of them.
Right.
It allows let me see. Well, I won't be able to see unless I sign in. In order to sign in, you have to get a code every time. Like it's pretty secure. You got to do the codes every time you sign in, and but everything. I think you can do the where you add the NLEX. There's a couple of government things that you can pay for, plus the electricity and other utilities can be paid. But I think it's in all areas that it's actually you're able to set it up. So, and I don't think it really. It might have existed before, but it seems to be when I put it in online, it came up. It's a fairly new system. It could have been around for a while.
Yeah. Angela says time for Jollibee. Ruby says good day. Heidi and George.
Hi.
I pay my Pelco bill too online.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've actually been doing. So, so you ready for lunch too?
Lunch. Where's the
You're not
Hooten?
getting no. You're
Where's
not
the
getting
Hooten?
Hooten or Horton or whatever they call it. We're banning everything Canadian.
Canadian. What's Canadian? Is that Canadian?
No Canadian bacon. No Canadian maple
Wawa is
syrup.
Canadian, guys. Just so you guys know, Wawa is Canadian.
Right?
And for those of you who don't know what Wawa is the gas station in the U.S. and Wawa is a geese or goose, depending on how. In case you're wondering what Wawa is a goose or geese. But
What is your dog?
yeah, it's Canadian.
Ooh, she just did it again.
Of course,
drip,
she's gonna
drip,
clean
lick, lick.
herself. Yeah.
No. Yeah, but it's drip, drip, lick, lick.
I'm still on an old owner's account, and I have to switch it over soon. There you go.
Oh, they're saying Tim Hortons isn't Canadian anymore. It's owned by the Wendy's company.
Oh, really? They got bought out?
It's possible, yeah.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Tim, yeah.
Yeah, the Globe is. We've been paying Globe Online, yeah, which is through Gcash.
Better play Globe Online. They better. I'm just saying. For those of you who don't know, Globe is usually the internet service provider. So yeah. They better allow
Some
it to
people
stay
go
out
in.
online.
There are fees, and you'd be
No,
surprised
no. I
Filipinos
know
are willing
that,
to
but what
save
I'm
all the
saying
fees.
is,
I just can't
they
save
better,
it.
it's kind of be really, really messed up that you have to go in and pay the Globe bill.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Just wanted to drop in and say time and chicken time, and the cats are looking a little
We don't
tired.
have trash service, and I'm on well water, so no water bill.
Hey, good luck on that well water.
No, good luck on the trash.
Right.
What you do is you grab your trash bag, go around your neighborhood, and drop your
A
trash
few
with their
pieces
trash.
at a time, yes.
Yeah,
So I've seen it done.
yeah. Still waiting for my darn Starlink. There you go.
That's what it was. It wasn't AI that was coming to the phone. They're offering Starlink will be put with the Apple phone. So anybody with the latest phone, and from here out, they're going to be offering the service, or the service will be included. I haven't figured how they're going to do it, but Starlink and Apple have joined together. So it'll always be a connection. So I take it all Apple owners will probably just be paying that instead of a service. Instead of being with AT&T, I guess it'll just be with Starlink. No matter where they're at, they'll get service. Yeah, so there. Yeah,
That's ruffling some feathers.
Well, what's going on right now is the stock has bottomed out on Apple or something. I would say when I say
That's
bottom out, it
ruffling
says
some
people are
feathers.
selling their stock right now.
Yeah, but that would affect, because remember, Apple has a lot of contracts with AT&T, Verizon.
Correct.
That could cause Apple's downfall. Let me tell you right now.
Who knows? All right, guys.
All right.
Guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you for our members coming in. Say goodbye to the members. Thank you, Heidi, Ebenezer, and
Michael J. Thanks so much.
K. Dallas, LG, Paul, Tony. Say hi to Tony. Thank you, Randy. And
Victor
big
C.
shout out to
LG was with us.
Yeah, LG was in the
Like
house.
Grandpa.
Pause.
Victor.
Gotta be quicker than that. Engelbert. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
and
guys.
we will talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
See you guys minimally on Thursday, or me in between.